Hello, I'm Jonathan Husnik.
I am Eitan Aracanchi.
July 29, 2019, and we are working on a relay, which is this one, that it will help us to control the heater with the microcontroller MKS Gen B1.4. So how it works is...
First, we make the connections to connect both systems and connect the heater to the current. And then this one is already on. We turn it on so we can see both are working. So
we have three inputs in this relay. The yellow cable is the signal, which is connected to the pin 11.
According to the this microcontroller datasheet pins, so we can see here the pin 11 is this one. So it's a digital output of the microcontroller, which we'll use to control this 5-volt relay.
The red cable is what we need to energize the coil, and the black cable is the ground,
which are connected here to the 5 volts and ground constant pins of the microcontroller. Then we have in the output of the first relay, we have a common and we have normally open, which we'll use to energize the second coil, which needs 24 volts to operate. So when we have a signal through the yellow pin, it will connect the normally open and the common pins of the output of this relay, which will close the 24 volts coil in order to close the second relay in the normally open position, which will enable to close the switch of this, and which if both switches are on, the heater will start to work normally.
As we can see, this relay is closed right now, so it's energized, but the heater is not heating because these switches are turned off. So in order for the heater to start rising the temperature, these switches have to be on also this.
Okay, so then the other part of the project was to change the firmware, Marlin firmware code of this microcontroller in order to be able to send one 5-volt signal through the yellow cable when the printing starts, which corresponds to the M80 code in the firmware code, and to send a digital 0, which is 0 volts through the yellow pin in order to disable the relay when the print is off, which corresponds to the M81 code of the firmware. So we made all the connections, we changed the firmware, and then when we changed the firmware, we used Pro interface in order to test that when we send an M80, it will close the relay and start heating, and when we send an M81 to open the circuit. So now we made a connection. Okay, so now we see that the connection is made. So the relay is off. So in order to enable the relay, we send an M80 to the Pro interface, which is equivalent to the printer start the work. So we send it. So it's enabled. So when we send M81, it will disable it. So, and that's it. So everything will be controlled directly from the microcontroller, and the printer will work. So we will show how the temperature increases when we send the M80 and the switches are on. So we send M80, it enables the relay, and then we close the second switch, and we can see that the temperature starts rising. Okay, and then we send an M81, which corresponds to the print finished. It turns off the relay, and it takes some time for the temperature to start
Dropping
decreasing.
down.
But eventually, even if the switches are on and no one turns them manually, the heating bed will come to its normal temperature without wasting energy. So that's it. It takes some time because of the response of
Ya, ya acabó. Ya lo acabó.
the heater. So this was
Now we can
mainly
see that the temperature stop rising
start decreasing.
and it starts decreasing.
So that's it. This is our project. This is Jonathan and me.